Chosen one. If you ever want to know why your avoidant will stay in a relationship when it's its most toxic, but then when words are calm, the avoidant will sabotage it, end, or run. Stay tuned. Valerie, talk to him.
You see, chosen ones, the avoidant isn't addicted to peace. They're addicted to distance. Chaos feels safer than calm because silence exposes the wounds they've buried. When things are toxic, the noise distracts them from themselves. But when things get still, that's when the mirror appears. So they run, not from you, but from what your love reflects. Because real intimacy doesn't scare the heart, it scares the ego that's built on control.
You see, chosen one, whatever you do most is what you do best. Whatever you do most is what you do best. So the avoidant, early on in the avoidant's childhood, had a bunch of core wounds. We always talk about core wounds, but they are so important when understanding drama, when understanding toxicity, and also when understanding your strengths. So this avoidant has suffered lots of core wounds, and those core wounds, what they did to the avoidant is taught them that love wasn't safe. It taught them that love was dangerous. Now, when things are at its most chaotic, it's something for them to solve. They've probably spent lifetimes trying to solve and understand love, understand connection from an intimate level, from the level that they are trying to, achieve. Come across you, and you were in all your love and light, and you actually love them for who they are, not for what they can do for you. You love them for who they are, not just from what they can achieve, not from a title, not from ego. When you love them from your soul and your heart, this is the type of love they dreamed of. And because it's a dream, when you bring it into their reality, they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to deal with it. So they run, they sabotage it because they circumvent it, because just by you loving them, it brings up their core wounds of not being safe, not being nurtured, not being understood, being misunderstood. So when you come and you bring that love and light into your life, it almost like it short circuits their whole mainframe, it short circuits their whole software, and then they end up sabotaging and running. Not because of anything you did wrong, it's actually because of everything you did right. Valerie, talk to him.
You see, chosen ones, real love is unfamiliar terrain to someone who's lived in survival. The avoidant learned early that closeness equals danger, that vulnerability equals loss of control. So when your love arrives, steady, honest, and unconditional, it scrambles the code. It's too pure for their pain to process. They were programmed to brace for betrayal, not receive peace. So your consistency feels suspicious. Your softness feels like exposure. But that doesn't make your love wrong. It just reveals the update they haven't downloaded yet.
Chosen one, now that we understand the lay of the land, now that we understand the situation, the best thing you could do for yourself is to apply that love to yourself. Self-love. That's the consistent message that I preach, or one of the consistent messages that I preach is self-love. Taking that love that you're hemorrhaging, giving to people who don't deserve it, asking why do you give your love away when it's one of the most beautiful things in this world? Why are you giving it away to people that don't deserve it? Why are you giving it away to people who don't understand reciprocity when it comes to love? It should be a reciprocal thing. When you give, then you get. Not saying you give to get. It's a reciprocal type of relationship to where y'all are multiplying exponentially this love. You have to ask yourself the question, well, why am I giving it away? And what about me is making me give this love away and to people who are not reciprocating? And when you look at it like that, the avoidant is actually doing you a favor. The avoidant is actually showing you where your Achilles heel is at. The avoidant is actually showing you where you are still wounded at. Because a lot of times what happens is that, there's an A side and a B side. There's a heads, there's tails. There's an other side of the coin. When people deal with early childhood trauma, they usually take it different directions. Even though the wound is the same, how you deal with that wound is different. So one person, they might actually go and they turn avoidant and they omit everything. They run from their own emotions. They run from everything. They detach themselves from themselves. So that's the reason why they detach from you, because they detach themselves from their own self. They literally ignore their own emotions and don't know how to deal with their emotions. That's why I previously said whatever you do most is what you do best. Because when it comes to you, they only know how to treat you, how to treat themselves. I say all that to say is that, some people, they end up wanting to overheal, overfix, they chase, they become anxious, the anxious attachment style, where they consistently get nervous and want to fix and overdo and overheal and overmother and overfather. So typically that dance, you start seeing a lot, avoidant and anxious attachment styles. So by you meeting this avoidant, we all about transmuting energy. So I say to say is that when you meet this avoidant, it'll expose where you still have wounds at, and it can become a mirror to you. And if you utilize that mirror, you can have some of your greatest healing. Valerie, talk to him.
The anxious chase is what the avoidant runs from, but it's the same wound looking for home. One fears abandonment, the other fears engulfment, but both come from love that wasn't consistent. They orbit each other like magnets and mirrors, each exposing the other's unfinished business. When you stop trying to fix them and start reading the reflection, the dynamic turns into data. That's when you move from reaction to revelation.